there is an imbalance there to begin with if you are doing this. Because if you guys are not on the same page, then it's already a huge red flag and it's just downhill from here. Hello, gorgeous. My name is Gia. I'm an etiquette consultant based here in Los Angeles, and what I do for a living is polish people who they already are and show them their worth. The thing is, a lot of people have a hard time discovering it, but they've had it all along. I'm just walking them through the process and expediting it. It is important to not have casual sex. Why? I'm not going to go through the very obvious reasons with STDs, UTIs, yeast infections, unwanted pregnancies, and permanent scarring of uterus tissue causing infertility. So there are so many obvious things, but I want you to see beyond that. If you are on the younger side, a younger generation saying, we know better, we know all these things now. Having children, being in relationships, getting STDs has been around since ancient times. What you are saying now is nothing new. What you are thinking now is nothing new. When you get older, you will realize the world does not revolve around your thoughts. It is not really original, and that's not my argument here. There is so much more to it than that. Today, here in the West, there is this loudly spoken, and it's this unspoken thing that on dates in my early 20s, women are supposed to be independent. We need the help of others. We need community, and in order to be a functioning society, we need to rely on others. We need to socially connect. It's very innate in us that when you kiss a baby, you kiss them and they automatically feel giggly and say, they know. It's so intrinsic, and you can't take that away from us. It takes millennia and millennia and millennia to remove that. You need to understand that hooking up culture has no benefit to you, and there is this hierarchy that we naturally have as human beings. You hold someone of higher value, you have a tendency to laugh more at the things they say. You have to ask yourself, why are you trying to please this person? Why are you trying to make this person like you, to think that, oh, you're a pleasure to have around because you think that they are a pleasure, when you can have a full-on relationship? There are so many guys out there who want exactly what you want. It's just they're not sure. They're being coy with their feelings because they don't know if you're upfront about it yet. And a lot of guys really just want someone who steer them in that direction. So my ladies who are out there saying, I don't want to get married, I want to focus on my career, yeah, that might be true, but you don't want to put one thing in front of the other. You want to make sure that you balance things out for everything that you know will benefit you in the long run. That is very important in your life. There is a lie that we're told that says our career is the number one thing we have to focus on, and that it is the most fulfilling thing that we will have in our life. That's not true. My husband actually does this every single day. He was going out of his way to do all these nice things for me. I asked him out loud, I said, why are you helping me out so much? I'm not even asking you to do these things. My husband's a true gentleman, and he's very alpha. For those of you who don't know, he was in the Royal Air Force, and he flew planes, and he was on the front lines of war twice. He brought hospitals around the world. He's a microbiologist. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu taught me how to take someone down who is 200 pounds. I've done it twice. It's good to have a good partner. I asked him, why are you going out of your way to do all these things for me today? And he said, because I'm your husband. Women give us children, so we have to do all the little grunt work. He said something along those lines, and I thought that was true, but I didn't expect him to do everything. Things today are not 50-50. People want women to suffer, and you shouldn't have to be in a state of suffering. Not to the point where one person is carrying even more of the load. We're supposed to have children, we're supposed to watch the children, but we're all supposed to cook, we're also supposed to clean, we're also supposed to hold down a high-powered career. The full round of secular value, and be a great mother on top of it, and be a great partner on top of it, and put the husband first on top of it, and be a gymnast in the bedroom. Men are expected to provide, and that's it. No, men are supposed to show up. Men are supposed to be there too, and they're not carrying the children. They don't have the years of wear and tear on the body. All they have to do is show up. All they have to do is literally provide and show up, where women have to do all the things now, and they want us to carry more of the load. It's like a guy won't even pay on the first date. It's just downhill from there. Remember that. So putting yourself out there is really important with the right intentions. So be honest. Going on dates when I was in my 20s, I wasn't honest about what I wanted. I knew I wanted a relationship, because when you say you want to have kids on a date, a guy thinks, with me? That's exactly his thinking. It's like, no, I want to have kids in general, and one day I will have kids. You want to share something fabulous with someone who you are not, I don't want to use the word invested in, to someone that you are willing to go through life with, hand in hand, side by side, walking for a very, very long time. I'm living proof. I've been married for 4 years. When you tell a guy that you want to be married, when you tell a guy that you want to have kids one day, the traditional family, if he wants that, he'll be there upfront and will tell you right away. The red flag is when you don't listen to it. The red flag is when a guy says, I don't know yet, or that's not for me right now, or I want to be single, or anything else that is not in line with you. Don't take it personal. personally, that's their journey. But when you tell a guy up front, he will tell you, and he'll tell you right away, and he'll say, I'm also looking for a relationship. Don't ever assume that you're the only girl that he thinks of, that you are the only one in his life he's considering having a long-term thing with. Hookup culture is detrimental to our physiological being. It has a high psychological cost to who we are in the long run. And I'm really impressed by this whole movement of guys who are doing nofap. I have a whole video on proof that guys are saving themselves for a high quality woman. It'll be up here and linked below. They're challenging themselves. They're putting themselves out there, being honest and upfront, saying, I want a high quality woman. If you say, Gia, it's my body, I can do whatever I want, go ahead. I can't stop you. These are just suggestions. I can't control your life, nor will I try. If you don't want to have it, don't do it. Because a lot of the time, I've been in situations where my gut told me, don't be in this situation, get out, or stop dating this guy. Why are you still on this date? And I sat there because I was being polite, or because I thought he would eventually come around, eventually propose. Don't waste your time. The thing is, you can ask guys up front, and some of them will have lay out their 3-year plan in front of you, and some of them will say, I want to have a kid really soon with you, and you might run away. I have done that. I was not ready. Obviously, politely ended things. My husband, when I first met him, he said that he didn't want to have children until he met me. And for a very long time, he didn't want to get married. Always in the back of their mind, they want to have traditional things if they grew up that way, or some people, they didn't grow up that way, so they want that. It's a very natural thing on your mind. Present yourself with who you really are when you're going on a date. Don't say, I want to focus on my work, when you know you don't want to, when you know you want to have a family. And there are girls I know who are 18 and they are obsessed with having a family, but they know they have to force themselves to do the right thing. Yeah, focus on your education, and you can date. It doesn't have to be serious, but you can know what you want in the back of your mind. But you don't have to tell people the opposite, like saying that you never want to get married, or you never want to have kids, or you don't know if you want to have kids. Most people, biologically speaking, want to have kids. They want to reproduce. That's why it feels good to be intimate, because our bodies want us to biologically reproduce. Taking all the emotion out of this as much as possible to logically present that, it's perfectly in our nature to want to have a family. It's perfectly okay to say, I want to get married one day, or I want to be partnered for a very long time with a person, because cohabitation has been rising in the West. People aren't getting married right away. People are a bit more free with how they are when it comes to living with someone. I think it's better if you have a solid set in stone thing first, that you guys say, we have a goal that we want to reach together, we eventually want to have a family together. It never works, especially when you realize there are high caliber gentlemen out there who are dying for a high caliber woman who doesn't do this, and you don't want to do this in the first place. So I hope this helps. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want to master social graces, visit dixonetiquette.com and sign up to my free fine dining masterclass link below. Subscribe for a more elegance life. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.